I would say, and so I'm not, but like, teaching someone the chords, the basics of it, hey, this is how you swing a scale rather than playing it straight,
Okay.
these are like, because in guitar we have like chords called jazz chords, and so like this is like, here are the jazz chords. This is what we call chord substitution, it's teaching them the basics and getting into it. I love it, That's
Word
like,
up.
I grew up being a guitarist and, so.
You fuck with Miles Davis?
Oh, of course. Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
sure.
I mean, like, I
Kind
know
of
it's
blue,
like a pretty
all that.
mainstream jazz name to like throw out there, but I mean
No, for sure.
he's definitely one of them. So I mean, just kind of like going off that type of vibe. Like, what's like the greatest improvement you've seen from a student?
Yeah.
Like, regardless of like, has anyone like ever come in like, yo, man, like I'm just trying to pick up a hobby, and then they leave. I'm not saying like they leave fucking Jimi Hendrix or anything like that, but like.
Yeah.
Have you seen like a very markedly like, damn, you were not able to do that before? Like,
yeah, definitely. I definitely feel like I have a pretty good like method of like teaching people nowadays. Like I've been doing it for like 6 years at this point. Maybe not 6, no, but like definitely 5 at this point in my personal studio. But I get like this my one student, Fran. She came in like not knowing how to play guitar at all, and like nowadays she can like rip jazz like it's nobody's business.
Really?
Like, she can like keep up, what I mean? She
yeah.
And she can like play creatively. She can like think for herself and like make her own songs.
That's
and
wild.
like
and like she never played guitar at all before.
Not
like,
before, no.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Was she like one of your older students? Like how old was she?
Yeah, she was retired. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow. Man,
But like
shout out to
super
that.
like just like has a great spirit. You know what I mean? Like just totally like doing her thing.
Facts.
Like.
So like, what do you think like the hardest thing about teaching people, music or instruments was for you? Like, was there like an initial learning curve, or like did you just like automatically like, because I know what I can teach someone else?
I mean, there's a level of proficiency you have to have. Like, I think
sure.
with teaching anything, so you have to like know, the subjects. But I think like communicating with people was like, learning to talk to different types of people, different personalities, and different people learn in different ways. So
Was it ever frustrating for you? Like,
it's no, yeah, definitely like times of frustration, I'm sure, but like just I think being patient, like I think I do have some patience, like with my for sure. I teach like a lot of young students. I think you need patience to teach young students, but yeah, I just absolutely love it. I fell in love with teaching, like especially guitar lessons and production lessons. Yeah.
Dope. All right, man. So taking it back, I'm gonna have you like rewind it. Was guitar the first instrument that you ever played?
No, actually.
And if no, for sure. So like, if that was not the first instrument that like you gravitated towards, like why did you gravitate towards it later? So you just kind of dissect that how you want to dissect that.
For sure. So it wasn't the first instrument I started playing. I started playing saxophone first in like just the school band.
I actually played a trombone in the 5th grade. So,
real, yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool. So like I found like music through band.
Dope. Okay.
I couldn't make the noise with the trombone. What do you have to?
Okay,
You have to like buzz your lips.
You kind of have to like and
yeah,
then do that into like the I mean?
Yeah, it's not me.
Failed every scale test. What's going on?
I needed the woodwind. But anyways, so yeah, I started playing saxophone through like just like school band in like 5th grade.
Okay.
And shortly after that, I started playing guitar, taking guitar lessons and stuff, and that's just how I found it. Yeah.
Word. Okay. So like,
I think I gravitated to like finish your to answering your question. I think I gravitated to guitar more because you could like write songs, and it was more of a chordal instrument, and I really dug that. You know what I mean? I felt like not like you can do more with it, like just songwriting wise.
Okay, and then like once you found guitar, was it just like I'm not playing anything else anymore, or like did you just kind of?
No, I kept with saxophone all throughout high school, and I played in college too.
Do you still play it now, or like not?
I can still play, but like I wouldn't take a gig on it. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Nah, for sure. So I mean, just like throughout the process of learning, like did it come easy to you? Like were you like was there like again, because coming from like those are very two markedly different instruments. You know what I mean? So it's like like what was like the learning curve with that? Did you just kind of pick up on it, and like that's what made you kind of keep going with it?
Yeah, saxophone like was really fun and just kind of came naturally like to me. Like I really dug music just like right off the bat. I was like, this shit's crazy cool.
Okay.
And I just kept rolling with like guitar and stuff, and like I was like I practiced a lot, and I just like got it. Not, I think I like got addicted to practicing. I got into like a
Word,
really good
damn.
routine of like
Addicted to practice
doing
is kind
it.
of a bar, yeah. That's a
Yeah,
bar.
and I was like, let's do it. So
Word.
yeah, I just like always did it
I feel
throughout
that. All right.
high school.
Do you want to explain what FUBAR is?
Yeah,
Yeah, not just just kind of go into that, what it is, what it's about, how it came together.
for sure. So Fubar is a reggae rock like band that I play bass in.
Okay.
And I met those guys through. So I play bass in them, and like we tour around, and we play music, and it's really fun. And they are great guys, absolutely great guys. And I met them through my band Solios, basically.
Okay.
I had seen them in the scene a couple times, just like through playing shows and shit. But my friend Anthony Sarinelli, who plays saxophone in that band, I had known him just through the Pittsburgh ska scene.
Okay.
Like I said, if you know, you know type
Right,
of a
yeah,
scene.
facts.
So just through being into ska, we both like knew who each other were. It's like,
Copy.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
We're good friends already. He was like, hey man, we need someone to fill in for the show on bass. Do you think you can do it? I was like, hell yeah. Like, why not? Let's do it. And I just took the gig.
Word.
And I just kept jamming with them. And like, now I'm like in the band, like playing shows with them.
Okay, so it's a
band.
it is a band. Okay.
Yeah, and so FUBAR stands for Fucked Up Beyond All Recognition.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, facts.
And that is like an military term, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's in Saving Private Ryan. But like it definitely describes the vibe of the band pretty well. It's just like, almost like an island of misfit toys. I absolutely love it.
that.
And it's
I
like
love that, man. I love
they have a
that.
really great organic fan base, and it's like reggae, rock, like totally just like festival vibes type of a scene, outdoor summer, really cool stuff. I met them, and I just started playing shows with them, and I absolutely loved it. They have like a really awesome bus that we tour around in, and it's just a great gig for me, and I really did creating with them.
I like the Island of Misfit Toys reference. I just like that idea, man.
Yeah,
like
for
all
sure.
like the discarded, all this shit that people just threw away, never gave a second thought.
Yeah.
They were like, listen, man, if we gonna be here, let's be lit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll be like, we're the Island of Misfit. Like, I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's make it a lit spot. Like, fuck that, man. So, like, I've always loved that.
For sure. Yeah. Agreed.
Concept.
Agreed.
All right, man. So, teacher, musician,
yeah.
producer. How'd you get into
Producing.
At what point in
yes.
your journey did you start producing?
So I was in college, and my friend Jeremy Rosinger, I just started we played in the gospel choir together. I played bass,
Okay.
and he played saxophone in the gospel choir, and that's like. He's just like a really funny dude. Like he's a good dude. Like you know what I mean. He was like he had been producing for years, and he was really good at it. He like produces for like My Favorite Color now, and he's out in LA doing like dope shit.
What's My Favorite Color?
My Favorite Color is a rapper from Pittsburgh.
Oh shit, I'm not hip to him. Okay.
Yeah, he's out in LA and now signed to Rostrum.
Okay, no, yeah, you were talking about him before.
Yeah,
copy. Okay,
people might know him in Pittsburgh.
Okay, got you. All right.
Yeah, but I don't know him like personally well, but like just
facts.
like Pittsburgh. He's like So, anyways, I was friends with Jeremy through gospel choir, and I had just like already been curious about like production, because I figured, I was like, all right, I was in college, I was like, I have all these skills, like I can like run a soundboard, I can record music. I was like, I think I need to get better at like creating electronic music. Like I need to like start producing, like making beats and stuff. I was like, I just think that would be a good skill to have, you know? And so I just started picking his mind about it. He put me onto some like sample packs, put me onto some like good music. And from there, I just like started trying like all of the DAWs, learning about everything. And I was already using Pro Tools from college. That's what we used to like record.
Facts. Makes sense.
But I tried like Machine, I tried Logic, and then I ended up using settling on Ableton. I tried FL, but ended up on Ableton. That's what I use today.
Okay.
But like I just found production. Like I was like, I think this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
This is, like, feels like it'd be a good skill to have. And I just like love writing songs for people too.
Really?
Yeah. And so like after college, I started linking like really regularly with this rapper called Mark the Bull, and I started producing for him.
Okay.
And we would just like make music all the time, and that like really helped me like hone my skill. And I feel like with production, like you're just like always getting, hopefully always learning and like hopefully getting better. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like at least like working on your sound and like, you know, your craft and your game. But it was after college when I found production, and I started like like really pursuing it regularly and just like trying to make beats all the time.
Okay. And that's like, what was I mean, like, was there any lag as far as like that transition from being a musician like in front of the stage, you know, being like, you know, the presence on stage to like, you know, taking a back seat and then making it. I mean, like you said, like you wrote songs for people. Was that difficult for you? Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to say like I wrote songs for people, like straight up, like, hey, here's a song, but like, I mean, like collaborating with people in the studio, like as like a producer, I think, you know, if like the vibe is right, should and can do, you know. I just like creating music, and and like I was still pursuing my bands, writing my own music, like while I was doing production too, like, you know, Solios didn't stop, like, you know what I mean. I didn't stop playing in other bands or anything like that. But like I just looked at production as another creative outlet that like I absolutely loved. I was like, this shit is dope too. Like what the hell? Like let's like dive into it and like see what's up with it. You know?
Feel you.
Yeah.
Is like, so like, what's the difference? And again, just for explain for everyone who may not know, what's the difference between being a producer and an engineer? Because you're not an engineer, correct?
I mean, I can. I don't
do
claim.
They go hand in hand?
Yeah,
Like,
I think like they kind of have to go hand in hand today. You know what I mean? Like I don't like advertise myself as like an engineer, but like, you know, I've like definitely like engineered sessions, and like I know my way around like, you know, a patch bay and like you know, setting up a session for people for sure. Like, you know, I have my own personal studio that like, you know, I like engineer, home studio type shit. You know, but I just like learned all the skills kind of like through college and stuff, and so like whenever they came up, I just like started applying them. I was like, oh shit, like, you know, this is like I'm gonna use my send for reverb, and like, you know, just learning about processing and like but yeah, like the transition wasn't like really like hard too much. Like I just felt like being like creative in the studio with someone felt natural, you know what I mean? And like I really got along with everyone who like I was working with, you know what I mean? So it was like the vibes were right, you know. It just like felt natural, you know.
I feel that. How do you, and you know, I don't know if Mike wants to hop in on this as well, but like, how do you handle the moments when you're collaborating with someone and it may not gel, and it may not, like, you've been in the studio for
like
X amount of time, and it's like, listen, man, like it may not be you, it may not be me. What, like, it's just the process right now. It's not quite locking in.
Yeah, I think like I think you have to learn like how you can work with like different types of people, because everybody has their own process. You know what I mean? I try like when I'm going into a session as a producer, I try to be as flexible as possible. Oh, this is how you work. Let me adapt. You know, I try to take that mindset just to avoid, you know, unproductive sessions.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, when I'm doing shit, like I definitely like I feel like time is valuable. You know,
to come out of it.
Yeah, like for sure. It's like I'm pretty busy. You know what I mean? Like, so if I'm making time for a session for you, like let's get some shit done.
Yeah,
you know?
real shit.
But like I think like the repetition and practicing in your craft like is really important, and I think like can help ensure that like a session goes smoothly, and like being prepared. You know what I mean? Like if the intent is to make something on spot, okay, well let's be like productive with our time and like, you know, try to like get something going. Oh, is this not the vibe? Cool, let's start something else. What is the vibe? Like let's find just like communication, like talking to different types of people, I think like helps a lot, and so it can help sessions go good. But if it is going bad, I mean, like, you know, sometimes just people don't work well together, and that's okay.
Real shit. And like, you know, that's respectable. It don't got nothing to do with, you know, anyone's, you know, situation. It's just like it may not, you know, come together. But it's like, again, so like when you come across, like, have you ever come across, and like I know, you know, people have to like, you know, schedule your time, and like, you know, like they have to book you and like, you know, set time aside for them. Have you ever, you know, again, just come across anyone that just hasn't and in your eyes, don't have to mention no names, you know what I mean, no nothing, but like that just hasn't really, just gone through what you need to go through in order to, make this session productive, or like,
I don't. I think this is the question that Taylor's asking.
yeah, yeah,
I don't work with other people really, so I don't even chime into that sense.
right.
For you, for how much you've worked with people, real shit. Put the mic, real shit. When you work with people, you're like, bro, I want to get the fuck out of this.
Like, I want to go home.
Word.
No.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, no, grab some shit. Word up.
Okay.
Yeah.
For anybody who hasn't like really tried to be an artist, like, and I'm gonna say hip hop specific, because I feel like open mics are like a really like a hip hop comedy kind of thing, right? You know what I mean? Poetry, like open spoken word, type thing. Like you are sitting as a real artist, you're sitting there watching some of these dudes like in disbelief that you're doing what you're doing right now. Like this is disrespectful. Like I should hit you. Like have you ever like has someone like you're sitting there like, how do you endure that? No, you've gone through it. How do you endure it?
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean like someone's showing up like unprepared or like
Unprepared or just on some bullshit.
Right. Yeah, I think it's like you can handle it a couple of different ways, but like you just gotta be like, shit. All right, well, man, I'll hit you with this track. Like,
yeah. I'll send you the stems.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so all right, I think I got the take.
Well, yeah.
No. But it's like I tried to like sift through. Like if I'm working with people, I try to make sure it's like, hey, I think you're cool, and I think you're gonna show up prepared. And but yeah, that shit.
Do you have like a vetting process, like, or do you just take?
No, just like however you would like network with people. You know what I mean? You just try to read people. It's like maybe like you can listen to their music, or like I think quickly if someone is like actually trying to pursue music, either in an artistic form or in a like money making form.
Yep.
And I think quickly, like what I mean. It's like, and so you can see if someone is like, okay, so that person's gonna be serious. This person's not so serious. It's like, and you have to know where people are and like what their limits are, or what they want,
Mm-hmm. So
and
like
that's like how I
feel that, man. Like that,
sift.
you're a better man than me. I have a very expressive face, so it's
sure.
like
for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if I'm not like I may not be like, oh, this ain't, but like you could just kind of tell like. He may not be, you know what I mean? So it's like,
for sure.
Do you have trouble like hiding the fact that like that may not be the take? Like,
I try to be honest, because it's like if you're not honest with like someone like about like, hey, is this good or not? It's like I don't think that's it, man. Like I'm not vibing with it. It's like I think like working with someone, you're on like the same level. It's like, hey, we respect each other's opinions enough to like tell the truth, and if like something's not like hitting. Like let's say it out. So maybe we can like try to get something.
Let's fix it. I mean, like it isn't.
Or maybe we like this isn't the best like duo to like achieve what we're trying to achieve. Like let's bring someone else in or whatever the situation.
And it's not like again like I don't. And just with artists, like it's always like a very like they take their art and like as they should, man. Like it's very connected to who they are and like what they're trying to express. So like for you to be like, oh, like I'm not feeling that, blah blah. Like they may take very personally, but it's like let's work to get something better. You know what I mean? Like I may not be feeling it, quote unquote, but it's like don't take that as like it may just be that take.
Yeah.
It may just be like the way you said this word or like the way like you're.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like kind of like be open to that sort of just growing and like learning that whole process.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. I think learning how to like the repetition of being in sessions, I think has really helped me like be like positive like in the moments and like rolling with the punches, so to say.
Sure.
Like just like if someone works like how they work, which is like maybe they're like I don't know, like I'm like a little abrasive, like then they like to like party, not like party, but like like smoke and drink. Like,
facts.
Hey, do your thing. Like I'm gonna like try to help us succeed in this moment. And if someone on the other hand is super quiet, like I've had people who like come into like a session like where they're like super quiet, just like borderline maybe a little awkward. Like but it's like no, this is like how they're working. This is their process. Like adapt and like help them succeed. It's like, okay, I'm gonna give you time to write. I'm going to work on this beat in my headphones. You like what you're hearing? Cool. Let's keep on like trucking forward. You ready to record? Like, but yeah, but like also like I think like for me it's like with my schedule, it's like making sure that I'm not like overloaded when I'm like doing sessions. Like I think too, because like it can be like tiring work sometimes. You know what I mean? And like you were like
We're just talking about that, man. Let's like how like putting in like because
and like you're saying, it's super personal. Too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like super personal, but it's like just like putting in that pain in the studio. You know what I mean? Like you come in from, and like I'm talking about like a session where like we got some shit done. Now it's some shit done, but it's like okay. Almost like a gym session. It's like we put that work in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like it's almost like you're leaving a part of yourself in that session, or like a part of your whatever you're trying to build within that session.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's a part of you. You know, it's like you're
Word up.
saying like I stand like this is like a representation of myself like in music form. Like it's like hey I stand by this.
Real shit.
Well, yeah. Or it's like at least it's what I can do at the moment.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So we try to ask everyone, just like as far as like if they're a creative here in Pittsburgh, if they're, in the creative, scene or community here in Pittsburgh, what is your opinion on the creative community here in Pittsburgh? What do you want to see change? What would you add to it? What do you want to leave as an impression? Just amongst the creative community ecosystem here in Pittsburgh. And again, just take your time and do what you got to do.
Sure. Yeah. So I think like I've like seen. I feel like I'm a member. I would like to think that I'm a member of like a lot of different music scenes in Pittsburgh.
Sure.
Right. I grew up playing in bands and so I found music that way. Through DIY, punk ska bands, and then so that scene is like. I felt like always been like super awesome, like super inclusive. Whoever like kind of like wants to play a show can, but like, it was just like really organic, Like we were playing like music in college, and like so like I always felt like that scene was like super like healthy, positive, and good. And like even nowadays when I'm playing in Solios and Foo Bar, Stacked by Pancakes, like the vibes are always just like great. That scene I feel like is like super inclusive, welcoming, and supported, right? And then but also I feel like I've been like a big like through working with artists like Mark the Bull, like Lynn Starr, like just like in the like hip hop more. It's like a little harder to like break through, and like so like there's not as many shows going on. It's harder to book shows. It just feels like it's like how do you like get it like pop, like not like popping, but like how do you just like even like start playing. It's like there's not as much like shows going on sometimes, and harder to like book into.
Facts.
And so like I would love to see like more shows like that going on like all the time. I've like started playing like what I'll call like hip hop bands like with artists like LA. So I would love to like see more of that, and I plan to do more of that. You know, I think of like just like crossing over. It's like I play in ska and punk bands and reggae bands, but I also like produce music for hip hop and rappers and stuff like that. Like just like keep on crossing over, and like people, rappers and hip hop artists playing in bands, like playing, singing with bands behind them and stuff like that. It's like. The more collaboration, like
I feel you.
The more the better.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. Like, seems like you're a pretty busy guy. Like, how do you wind down? Like, what's like your like? Do you have any hobbies? Like, like apart from all that shit, like.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely stay pretty busy, and I think like, balancing my work life is something I like. Really try to manage and struggle to manage sometimes, but I do it because I love it. You know what I mean? This feels like meaningful work. You know what I mean? Like teaching youth, trying to be a good mentor for youth, and like trying to be a good example for youth. Just by like you can make, in a sense of like you can make a living off of something that you're passionate about.
For sure.
Especially
in this day and age.
Yeah. It's like it's totally possible. It's like every day I'm really happy to pursue everything that I do, and I hope. Like I think that's a really valuable thing to be able to say, you know, and but to like keep myself sane and stuff, like, you know, I go to therapy just like everyone else, and I like try to take time for myself, like as like an adult, like it's like I think you need to work on yourself, and like, hey, it's like just like know your limits of like your body and what you can do, because there's definitely been times where I've just overloaded myself and like, you know, it's like, it's too stressful. What the fuck am I doing? But it's like, you have to like know how to like grow and like handle, you know, everything that you're trying to accomplish.
I feel like, are you in like a relationship, like, you know, outside of, do you have like a spouse outside of like, like, are you like a partner, someone that like you can help just like, you know, balance that energy?
Yeah, my girlfriend's name is Vanessa.
Okay, word.
And she like she's going for her master's at Pitt, so like,
shout out,
for counseling, which is like, kind of funny, right?
Word up.
But she is definitely like a huge supporter of mine. You know what I mean? Like she like just unquestionably always like, you know, supports me when I'm busy and with like gigs or like teaching, whatever it may be, and like she just understands, I think, like what I'm trying to like, you know, build towards. And it's like just like I think she like, you know, kind of respects the way I live my life and just trying to build like the life that I want, you know, like not having to like work like, you know, maybe just like a random job that I want.
I like that.
And as I respect what she's trying to do.
Yeah,
like
real shit. Facts,
you know
facts. I mean,
like
that's a respectable, you like, you know, path.
Yeah, it's like I value that she's like, you know, she you know, has her endeavors.
Passions and
exactly.
facts,
Yeah, for sure. Like I definitely value that.
And it's and like I definitely like that bar when you said she respects what I do in life, man. That's a bar. I would like that's a bar.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, she like, you know, she's super supportive, and like I just like, you know, she gets it. It's like what's she gonna do? Like not let me live my life? That would be
up.
You know, it's not cool.
Are you listening to like as far as like music goes? Like do you let like any outside, you know, like who you listen to right now? Because I mean, listen. I was hanging with Mike and like his producer Nate the other night. Actually, it was really like last night, but we were just watching some of like, you know, like the current YouTube music videos. They were fire, man, and it's like that was the first time in a while where like I've seen some shit where it's like, okay, word, like, you know, like let's go, like people are producing. There's some shit out, you know, like lately for like the past however like X amount of years. There's been a lull in that, in my opinion. Like lately, like I feel like that gap has been closed. Just like as far as like, you know, people dropping music, visuals, and all that. I mean, like, is there anyone that like you're keeping up with musically, or like anyone that like you know, like just like give me your top 5 right now in no order. Like if there even is a top 5, like
no, for sure. So I mean, I listen to like a vast array of music, right? And I also like really listen to like specific producers,
for sure.
You know, like I really like enjoy Lo-File, who's like produced for like like Kalani, like people like that. So he's like more like alternative R&B maybe. But I guess like who I really enjoy right now is like I love JID.
JID.
I love JID. Absolutely, you know, he's awesome. The Ghetto, is it Ghetto Gods? The new oh my gosh, the duo from Atlanta. Why am I blanking?
Okay.
Sorry,
I'm not hip to them.
Man, Earth Gang. Jeez,
Earth Gang. Okay,
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of that.
Shout out to Earth Gang.
Yeah, right. Their new album, I believe it's called Ghetto Gods, is really good. I really enjoyed that. That just dropped. I really enjoy this alternative band called Pup, P-U-P. They're a Canadian, like, I'll just call it alternative band, like, you know, like more of the like moshing type scene. You know,
speaking
like
of alternative,
punk.
I'm like, there may not be alternative, but they're indie. Do you fuck with Foster the People?
Oh yeah,
I don't think they're getting their flowers, bro. Like,
jeez,
I
haven't.
They
heard
make
of them.
good music, bro. Like consistently,
kids.
like consistently good projects.
Yeah.
Over the past like however many years, like,
you know who else I feel like that is The Neighborhood.
Who's
okay?
That? Sweater Weather? Is that
yeah,
Sweater?
yeah.
Okay,
just that band. They like always have just like great albums.
Yeah,
And they produce so much content. Like, like, album after album. Like you guys are like doing it.
Yeah, not like it's like that's exactly how I feel about Foster, man. Like, but nah, man, keep going. So like
Denzel Curry.
Oh wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a bit.
Yeah, I fuck with Denzel Curry.
Word up.
New song, I think it's called "Walkin'." is really good.
Okay,
And
word,
it's just
word.
like a different vibe for him. Like, okay, Denzel.
Okay,
like,
word,
do your
yeah,
thing.
do
Like, and then his
shit.
project with Kenny Beats. I really like Kenny Beats. Just like, because I thought that was dope. But yeah, I thought that was dope.
Okay.
See who else? Who else am I into? I just went to a concert last night. I saw this band called The Wonder Years. They're a punk band from
Okay.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
They're really good. Yeah.
That's what you're
Who
seeing
else?
right
Who
now?
else? I really dig producer Lofal. He has a song called No Bust that I've been like really
Hopped
vibing
in
with
on,
lately.
okay.
I really like this artist called Still Woozy. I like
Okay.
him a lot. Yeah.
All right, word, man. Yo, Steven, man, it's been a fucking pleasure. We're here bonding over, Terramana. Is there anything that like you want to plug? Anything that like you want like your page, Solio's page, Fubar, like
For sure, for sure. Yeah, check out my bands. My band is Solios, Soulios. We're going to Brooklyn at the end of
shit.
April
Oh, there you
to
go.
record some vinyl records, and it's kind of a cool concept. We're doing it through this studio called Least of All Studios in Brooklyn, and what it is you can pick through our entire catalog, and for $25 you get like one single of ours, like any song from our catalog. And what we're going to do is we're going to record you a personal like message and personal take onto that vinyl record.
Oh, shit.
And it's like
That's
$25, and we'll mail it to you, ship it to you. Any song like off of our Spotify, or if you know some of our unreleased stuff, we're working on new music, trying to get it out. Yeah, so we have that going on. That'll be at the end of April. Just
Okay.
check out our, Instagram or Facebook page. And then
Do you want to drop the tags for that? Like what's the
it's called Solios Band,
Okay.
Soulios Band, all
Okay.
one word.
Dope.
Yeah, and then my personal page is Steven Shriane Music. Yeah, Steven Shriane Music. So Steven with a PH, STEPHENSHRIANE Music.
Damn. Okay, so like I was saying that wrong. It's like so.
Oh, it's all
So
good.
it's Shrine.
Yeah, Shrine.
All right, Shrine. My fault.
It's all
okay.
good. Yeah,
Word up, man. Well, my man.
for sure. One more. I'm sorry.
no,
Can I
no,
plug
no,
one more
please,
thing? This
please,
one's actually
please.
kind of important.
Please.
So, in my reggae band, Fubar, our lead singer has like come on to really hard times. I feel like he would be comfortable with me saying this. He has it's no knowledge. He has face cancer. Really, and he had this really intense surgery. For it, and there's a GoFundMe. So if you could just go to Fubar's Facebook page, FUBAR, on Facebook. Check out the GoFundMe. Just really great guy. There's a spaghetti dinner for him in Irwin, March 26th. Great guy. Has a couple kids. Just falling on hard times type of a situation. Has face cancer. So. Yep. Just want to plug that. He's a great guy. Love him.
No, definitely visit that site. If you, I'm sure anything will help as far as that goes.